for tomorrow living in the past. I don't care who you are, what you are, where you go, what you do. You have got to live today in order to step on in tomorrow. If you live today based on yesterday, you're a step behind every day. And every day that you get behind, you're another step behind. So just think about how many days you've lived in the past. And that'll tell you how many steps behind you are in life. But here's the good news. Here's the good news. Good news is you can wipe that all away right freaking now. You can get rid of it all right now, make a fresh start right now, and every step you take from this moment forward is a step forward. Easy. Come on, it's easy. Forget about everything. Anything you've ever done wrong, anything anybody's ever done to you that you considered wrong, forget about it. The what ifs, what should I have done, what didn't I do, oh, I wish I wouldn't have done that. Forget about it. Forgive yourself for all that stuff. And let it go. Let that go. Base your decisions for tomorrow on what you want to happen tomorrow, not on what happened yesterday. Make a fresh start every time you stand up. You stand up, make a fresh start every time. There ain't no future living in the past. Have you ever heard that? I've heard that. I've heard that before many, many times. And you know, if you really sit there and you think about it, there's a lot of truth to that. There's no future living in the past. But now, how many people do you know, and including yourself, that actually have never based their next move on what their last move was, or based on what their past move was? Decisions you make for tomorrow are based upon the experience of the past a lot of times. Certainly most part, if you're making a choice that you've made before, and you're thinking, well, the last time I was in this situation, I chose to do this, so maybe this time I'll do this and it'll turn out a little better. So it's hard not to live in the past. I mean, it really is. It really is. But I think there's certain aspects of your life that are better off left in the past. Certain parts of your life that maybe you hold some type of regret for, or remorse, if you will, for something that, you know, a mistake that you made that was in your mind was such a bad mistake that you just can't let go of. Those are the ones that you have to separate and leave in the past, because there's something that you have that you're born with, and you have it all your life, and it's a real special tool that you have, and you use it. We use it, but sometimes we don't actually let it finish the job. We don't use our tool in the right manner, and that tool is the ability as humans to not only forgive others, but to also receive forgiveness. And it's a great tool if it's used right. I mean, if you actually believe it and you live it and you know it's real, and it is, because like I said, you're born with it. Everybody has it. Whether you choose to realize that you have it, believe you have it, is up to you. I'm just telling you, you have it, because everybody's born with it, and you have it. So that tool right there, if used properly, can alleviate any problems you have as far as letting go of the past, or things in the past that you should really let go, things that are unhealthy to hang on to, things that cause you to beat up on yourself or beat up on others over. These things got to be let go. I mean, they just you got to let them go, and like I said, this tool allows you to do that, and use it right. Don't be afraid to forgive somebody, you know, for something they've done. You know, you don't have to have people. You can choose who you have in your life, and just because you forgive somebody for what they've done to you doesn't mean things go back to the way they were before they done it to you. Most time they don't. It takes a very special relationship depending on what was done. But never be scared to give forgiveness. Do that all the time. But like I said, you can have certain rules and guidelines and stipulations under that forgiveness. I forgive you, but I just don't want to You know, it's just not going to be the same. We're not going to talk on the phone every day. We're not going to see each other every day. You know, the relationship's not going to be the same. Or, you know, I forgive you. Let's get back to where we were. Choice is yours when it comes to that. The main thing is to give that forgiveness, and to when you're given forgiveness, you have to be able to receive it and know inside that it's real, and you'll know. I mean, you'll know. And most of the time, when you're beating yourself up over something that you did, and you're beating yourself up over it, you're on that trail already to getting forgiveness. But something stops you. You just, you know, I don't know what it is, but you're on that trail. You're on your way to being forgave, and you're on your way to the only being that can actually give that to you. But you got to be able to receive it. You got to be willing to receive it. And if you're not willing to receive it, you can't get it. If you don't accept it, you can't get it. And if you don't go to the right source, you can never get it in a complete, whole manner. And that source I'm talking about is God. I mean, that's just point blank. That's just all there is to it. Try it. Just try it. I mean, and see what happens. But you got to mean it, and you got to really know that them tools are there. Whether you use them or not, that's up to you. There's nobody going to lead you around by the hand and make sure that you use these tools right. But it's important for you to know that you have them, no matter what your beliefs are. You have these tools, and they're there for you to use. You may have to change your belief system a little bit to get them to work. But once you get them to work and you see how they operate, your belief system's going to be strong as ever, and you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. You're going to have your ups and your downs and so forth, but you're going to be all right. To forgive and be able to receive forgiveness is a way to live a true, solid, positive. When you can wake up on a daily basis and know that you are living fresh and clean that day. That what's happened in the past doesn't matter. You can't change it. Can't do anything about it. It's this new fresh start. Sky's the limit. It is never too late to start. It's never too late to start. I don't care. You can start over anytime you want to start over. If things are not going the way you want them to go, and you're looking around you, and you got to, I mean, it's obvious there's got to be some changes if you want them to go your way. There's got to be some changes, right? If it's not going your way, but whatever you're doing is not working, so it's time to make some changes. And I'm telling you, if you dig deep, you're going to find that your mind is getting clouded in judgment. Your mind is getting confused in judgment because your mind is thinking about the past some of the times when you're making choices for your future. You got to separate what's worth thinking about when it comes to these choices you're making for the future. You got to get rid of the regrets of yesterday in order to prosper from the work you're doing to build the future for tomorrow. If you don't, you're just gonna, each day's gonna be lived with a new regret because you're gonna do something, you're gonna make a mistake that day. You're going to add that to the regret pile. Going forward on that, so that's just going to start covering you. You can't do that. You cannot live with regrets. In order not to live, give and receive forgiveness. You cannot give true forgiveness and receive true forgiveness without knowing that it is the right and positive thing to do. You can't do it all by yourself. You have to step up and give yourself to your Creator, God. And forgiveness will be given, and you will receive it the way you should. Pretend, and then it's just pretend. You know what I mean? You're just pretending, so you can't do that.